Hello everyone and welcome back to Nekojishi. We hopefully will end everything in this video. We will be doing we will be getting a third ending for Tiger as well as his true ending, and then all of the glossary. Hopefully. It's gonna be kind of long on my end. Well, hopefully it won't be. Hopefully, I'm trying to stop. It won't be super long on your folks' end, seeing as the last two videos for Kitsen were both, like, almost 2 hours long, which I was not expecting. Anyways, I will be seeing you guys when I, unknown dialogue. I don't want to be tied down by my family. I don't know, what if they just really don't feel like going home? What if I don't feel like going home? It isn't just because of these two.
Liao, I don't mind if you stay in Taipei, but you are a Jitong, a son of the Lin family. I cannot feel right if I were to let you run off to someone else's temple.
Maybe I just don't want to be a Lin family Jitong. I came to college in Taipei to get away from my family.
I can understand if you don't wish to go home, but at least don't break your ties to your family.
I wouldn't, but
if you go join the Aborigine tribe, it would be just like leaving the Lin family. Same thing for that kitten, to ask you to serve another temple, the audacity. If you were to do that, I could not promise that I would be able to stay with you anymore.
So if I go to help others, you wouldn't come along?
It's not my place to go, my place is at your home.
You can make it back by yourself?
I'd have to request that you send my statue back to the temple.
And in theory, what if I didn't?
Liao, please don't be like this.
It's okay, I know. What if I stay in Taipei? Would you stay with me all the time?
Of course, Taipei is a big city to stay in alone.
Yeah, let me think about it. Tiger pats my head.
I know you are under a lot of stress. Keep things simple for yourself. The troubles of those two cats aren't yours to begin with.
But I would feel bad if I didn't help.
Haha. You know you should never have had to carry such burdens.
Yeah. Done talking, we catch up to the others and walk down to the metro station. Senpai seems a bit peeved. I guess I didn't really give him much attention on the way back. To try and make up for it, I should buy some of Senpai's favorite snacks for him, but I guess I should buy some of the stuff Tiger wanted as well. After everything today, I felt like I had to, so I ended up getting stuff for both of them. My poor wallet.
I mean that if you were ever to meet someone you liked,
I won't accept that. Sorry. Hold on, let's go back a little bit. Think they're having a fight about being together. I won't accept that.
Ha! I foresaw you saying that. However, human heart is hard to predict, especially your future self. If that happens, don't worry about me. I am a god. I couldn't be jealous. Liao's happiness is the only thing I care about.
You say that, but there are gods that have been jealous, so...
And right now, forging a relationship with Liao is what will make him happy.
So that means you want to start a relationship with me?
My terms are not done. I've thought about it a lot. As you said, in this world people can be so much more self-reliant than in the past. So the issues are not ones of necessity, but... It's sad that we cannot hold hands when we go out. It's sad that I cannot buy you a warm bowl of soup when you are ill. It's sad that there will be no day that I marry you, no day that we ever adopt a child to raise together. In spite of this, I want to be together with you, Liao, as a couple.
Really?
You do not believe me?
No, it's just... I'm afraid you're just saying that because you want me to be happy.
I mean it with all my heart. What does it matter even if I wish to make you happy? Liao, you are too concerned with the formalities. Alas, I have no place to judge you on that front. Which is why I believe this could work. However, I still consider it a pity for a boy of your talents to never use them at the temple back home.
Is it part of your terms, if you insist?
No, I know how you feel about the matter. I will not force it upon you.
So...
But my real request is... I want you to open a
blog for me. A blog?
I haven't thought it through, but something along those lines, yes. I want to solve problems for others on the internet as a guardian tiger.
As a guardian tiger? You want me to help solve people's problems? How is that going to work? This is not how I expected this to go.
Ultimately, gods must also keep up with the times. I deliberated over it. There is nothing wrong with going to temples to make requests. But there is also nothing stopping us from receiving them over the internet. Would it not make sense to do so? Would only serve to be more convenient for my worshippers to speak with me. Even if it is a request I cannot handle remotely, I can always pass them on to the Holy Mother or ask Claudians to spread them out. In any case, I would require someone to work the computer for me. As such, I need you, Liao.
So, you need me to be the middleman?
Correct. That, and if you are willing to let me possess your body, I wish to make use of the computer myself.
Huh? So you want to use my body to browse the internet?
Occasionally, if you just type for me. That would be easier considering my inexperience. It would be a great way to converse with people on those online forums.
That's why you want to use the internet?
A rare opportunity. Very rare. It was something I never thought I could do. Well, not without unreasonable fatigue. Now that I can type with your hands, no, now that I can do so much more, I could even play games, anything is a possibility. We could have always read books, played chess, even board games, but now we can do things my spiritual form would not permit. If I could use your computer, oh, I could show off in front of the other guardian tigers.
I won't ever let any other guardian tiger use my body.
Don't worry, only I can possess your body. After all, I would never let anyone else have you.
Why? Because they're gonna have to make out with me to fucking possess my body? What are you talking about?
I was merely showing off.
I know he's joking, but that doesn't stop me from blushing all the same. So if you want to possess me to use a computer, I'm all yours.
I only desire to use the internet to connect with my worshippers. Everything else is merely for my curiosity.
It's gonna take a lot of time, and some of it sounds tiresome, but it's a deal. If that's what it takes to be in a relationship with you, such weird terms for a relationship, I want to spend time with you.
Now, Liao. Is it not about time that you put on some clothes and made a cup of tea?
Am I standing around here naked? I'm confused. Or do you mean put more clothes on? Yeah, I should. I just go have a shower instead, the gloom and anxiety of the past few days steaming off me as the hot water hits my skin. It doesn't help my cold, but I feel better already, the sharp pain fading from the back of my throat. Oh shoot!
Hey Liao.
What? Well, why are you in here?
I'm concerned you've not been taking care of yourself. Have you cleaned behind your ears? Did you brush your teeth? Must I need to tell you to wash your privates?
Whoa. Wow, I can at least do that part myself. I'm not that incapable.
My mind cannot rest until I have seen it for myself.
Please don't. Even partners wouldn't do that.
You could hardly consider me an average partner. Perhaps this is just the price of dating a god. Now you haven't done laundry for days, so don't forget to wash everything and tidy up your room after your shower.
Jeez, you're starting to sound like my grandma. And that's how Linhu and I started our relationship together. It didn't take long for the gossip about us to spread like wildfire amongst gods and Yaoguai alike. Equally, people found us bizarre while others sent their best wishes. Whoa, why is that car so loud? No, wait, I'm reading. My brother thought both. I don't care anymore. Truthfully, we didn't tell mom or dad. They're not the type of people who would accept me, let alone me dating a god. I ended up having my brother use divination to ask the goddess Mazu about us. At first, she just replied with several laughing po, but eventually she returned 3 holy po yes responses in a row. Even the goddess must have been amused by my request, but I'm still happy she approved of us. With the approval of goddess Mazu, I went about setting up a fan page for Linhu. Social networks these days make this kind of stuff super easy. For now, we don't have many followers, but I'm hard at work at that. Answering questions whenever I can. Of course, most people don't believe us, but they can only be changed over time. Though it doesn't really matter if they believe us or not anyway. It's just great to have followers according to Linhu. Even their awareness of us is enough to increase his belief. Other than that, Linhu has been borrowing my body to browse forums and even start playing some games. He's really gotten into team-based online shooters recently. These days, he's even higher rank than I am. Of course, when we started, he couldn't control my body very well, even resorting to walking on all fours when he lost his balance, but now he's gotten so used to me he could even go outside as me if he wanted. It's actually pretty fun to watch Linhu play games. Sometimes when I don't feel like playing anything myself, I just offer him my body so I can watch. He's even started doing well on the tech forums too. He's always keeping up on the daily news and sometimes even helps to answer people's questions. I would have never imagined it a month ago, but these days Linhu is a seriously smart guy when it comes to science and technology. Other than that, like any young couple, when we're alone, we really just spend most of our time being intimate together. Linhu's always looking for ways to tease me and make me blush. I guess it kind of means I don't get any time away from him. He's always there watching me as I clean the house, telling me what to wear and asking about how I look. It's a little annoying, but I know he does it because he cares about me. I can't hold that against him. As far as school goes, everything is back to normal. I don't know what's going to happen when I go back to the temple, but at least Goddess Mazu's on our side, so things should be fine. All in all, every day has been full of precious moments. My only regret is that I never see Leopard or Tsuchi-senpai ever again. Last thing I heard about Senpai is that he dropped out of college and went back home. Sometimes I think about what happened to him, but that's his family's business, and I shouldn't butt in. On that note, I never saw Leopard Cat myself again either. Guess he went back to Miao Li to see his Fude Gong through the last of his days. All I can do is wish him the best of the future. Even if it's a little sad, I guess I feel that my happiness is just built on their misfortune. But as Linhu would say, even if it hurts you, you can't help everyone in the world. Hey Linhu, can I ask you something?
Of course.
I asked you before, but I want you to be honest with me. The name Linhu, do you seriously like it?
Oh, I believe I said I liked it very much. Is there a matter it seems to be bothering you?
Not really, it's just sometimes I feel that I didn't think it through thoroughly back then. Now I know what all the other guardian tigers in the Lin family. Naming you Linhu, tiger of the Lin family, seems a bit awkward.
You may mind that, but I see no issue. It's a great name.
What do you mean?
Well, I am the first and the only guardian tiger to ever be given this name. The guardian tiger of the Lin family designated by Lin Tian Liao. It's a name that can never be taken from me, so I shall take my throne as a guardian tiger of the Lin family forever.
Even though you're young and inexperienced compared to the others back home?
Which is why it's a wonderful name. My power shall become the strength of the Lin family. Experience, on the other hand, is just a matter of time. As such, I am quite satisfied. You need not worry about such trifles.
It's not a trifle to me.
In that case, it's only a trifle if I say so. Now that your issues have been solved, could we order a family bucket tonight?
No way, I'll just get fat.
Oh, that's fine. Even if you get fat, I'll still love you just as much.
Not again. We already had one last night.
At least 4 pieces of chicken, then.
No.
An egg tart.
Yeah, sure.
Deal. 1 family bucket plus 1 egg tart on the side.
When did I agree to that? Hang out with Leopard. If you want me to spend the day with you, can you tell me exactly what you want to do?
Dancing.
Dancing? We don't have practices today, though. It's the weekend.
Teach.
Teach you? What for? He goes silent. Somehow I can tell it's not because he can't answer, it's because he doesn't want to answer. Liao, I don't think you can get more from him. We don't have practice today, so there's no need to go, right?
No, we go.
This is all way too confusing. Although this is the first time Leopard's ever asked for something, but why today? It's okay, senpai, I'm going with him. What? Liao, go shopping with me! We can go shopping anytime, right? He wants to do something with me today. So, whatever he wants is more important than shopping with me? Honestly, I don't like shopping at all. Really?
Liao, you must not have many friends with that attitude.
What? I have lots of friends in the club. Well, I'm still Liao's friend. Go shopping with me. No. If anything, senpai, I should punish you for spreading rumors about me. Fine. If Liao isn't going to go out with me, I'll just go out by myself. Senpai grabs his phone and starts heading out immediately. It's so sudden I wouldn't be able to stop him if I tried. Senpai slams the door. For just a moment everything pauses. Was he actually mad at me? If I went to catch up with him now, that would totally be going along with his plan. I'm definitely not walking into his trap, so I decide to leave Senpai alone for now. Well, okay. You ready to go, Leopard?
Liao, I want to go with you.
Why?
You know why, don't you? I'll just worry that you're alone with that aborigine.
But, looking back at this week, Tiger and Leopard haven't gotten along at all. I don't want them to fight this weekend too. Please don't be against him. I won't be happy if you two start fighting each other again. Other people can't see you two, so when we're out I can't stop you two. Otherwise people would think I'm crazy, like that time in class.
How about, I'll stay away from the aborigine on the condition that no matter what you do, you can't leave my sight, alright?
Well, I suppose that's fine. It'd be pointless to argue with you. Alright, let's go. I let out a small sigh, pick up my phone and wallet, and leave with the 2 big cats in tow. Leopard takes me to the mirror wall to use as our club room. Nobody's around since it's a weekend, so I should be fine to just talk to them directly.
Liao, what do you plan to do?
I'll see what he wants. So for now, could you move to the side? I'll call you if I need you. Couldn't you just run away? That'd be like cutting off all ties and burning my bridges with him. But I can still spend some time with you before I have to go back. Will you go on a date with me? Now? But Tiger's not even back yet. We don't have much time before I have to go back. Please, Liao? My stuff. Oh, where'd my bed go? Yeah, I packed it away while cleaning. It was easier without it. It was easier with it out of the way. I see. Oh, makes sense. Okie dokes, this should be everything, right? Heh, you've never been here before, right? There's a bunch of places I'd like to go, but I want to take you to this one first. We're gonna have such a great time together, Liao. Well, where are we going? Oh no! We're gonna be dragged to somewhere suspicious! You'll find out soon enough. Senpai's words are vague. I was getting worried he really was going to take me somewhere shady, but in the end he leads me to an arcade that stretches across the basement of a department store. Even if you turn back into a yaguai, I'll try and spend as much time with you as possible. That sound alright with you? Mm-hmm. Thank you. Senpai doesn't say another word, instead taking a nearby seat, fixating his eyes on the floor beneath him as he swings his legs back and forth. Senpai, are you feeling any better? I just remembered that we didn't get a death ending in Tiger's Route. I think. Going through the options, we didn't hang out with Kitten, which I think should be again. Thinking about it now, we didn't hang out with Kitten in these options, which was necessary in Kitten's route. We had to equally hang out with everyone. But this one was barely anything with Kitten, so I'm wondering what's gonna happen. But the other guide that I looked at said that this was a true ending in Tiger's Route, so I'm super confused. He's dead! A lightning bolt strikes down, piercing the air around it. Ah! I'm scared. All this time, I've been telling myself this might have to happen, but actually seeing it. As quickly as it hit, the lightning fades away, leaving nothing but burnt trees and shrubs in its wake. Leopard Cat is gone entirely. Some of these endings are confusing, because, like, they separate it between each other. Which... they probably shouldn't have made 3 endings for Leopard Cat. They should have just took away the first one. Because it's the same thing as the second bad ending. And since this has Leopard Cat being not forgiven is relegated to Tiger's endings, it just makes more sense. It's like, yeah, he doesn't have as many endings as everyone, but like no one even has like similar amount of endings. So it'd be completely fine to just have 2 endings for a Kitten. That's it? He's gone? I mean, a human probably wouldn't survive that much lightning. They'd probably turn to ash too. When a spirit dies, of course they just disappear. And of course Senpai's soul as well. Leopard doesn't do much to hide his feelings of pity, neither do I. Once again we return home through the spirit paths. My body returned to me as soon as we get back.
I suppose I don't need to ask. Liao, if you ever want to talk, I'm always here.
Yeah. I should take care of Senpai's body. I can call him a body now. I wonder what everyone at club's going to think. I don't want to. I don't want to face it. I pretended to look for Senpai, asking the dorm management to open up the room for me. Yansuchi's death in his room quickly became news around campus. He was like a celebrity among our friends, not to mention everyone who saw him perform on stage. I was shocked by how many people came to burn incense in the aftermath of his passing. An area next to the club room was even put aside for all the flower offerings. Senpai's family came as well. They interrogated me desperately. After all, I was the first person to discover the body. It was miserable to have to deal with them. I insisted that he had been depressed, and I went to check up on him, leaving out everything about gods, yaguai, and my spirit powers. In the end, they had to let me go. I didn't kill him, but I think they knew about the rumors between us. Even if they had no reason to suspect me, they didn't like me. Honestly, considering how powerful they are, I have no doubts that they'll try to cause me trouble in the future. The cause of death was never found. It was just announced as a heart attack. Afterwards, the facility advised students about the careful use of appliances, but there wasn't a fuss over it. And that's how Yansu-chi, my senpai, died. Once everything settled down, Leopard told me that he was leaving. He felt ashamed that he tried to kill me. As much as I pled that it was okay, he insisted. Linhu said that it was for the better, that he might be tricked again someday. Although I was worried about his tribe, it's not my problem anymore. It's not like I could change anything, I just had to let it go. At that point, I was completely over all the spiritual nonsense. Linhu respected my feelings and didn't mention anything about going home until later that year, before my summer holiday. Then the day came that I had to return to Mazu Temple. Linhu helped to keep the other guardian tigers from bothering me, so it wasn't that bad. Afterwards, I started my second year at college, back to my completely normal life as an ordinary college student. It's exactly what I was searching for all the time, my hope for an ordinary life. I should be happy, but why do I feel like something is missing? My handsome man. Okay, let's just talk about that ending, I suppose, before we get into the glossary. I always do this. I'm just like, wait. Maybe I should go look at the endings first, so I know what's going on. And I guess I'll go do that, even though all I want to do is stare at Likulao. So, Leopard Cat's 1 and 2 endings were the same. Despite it showing... It shows 2 different CGs. Him smiling, and him looking kinda... I don't know how to explain it. I mean, like, the dialogue was the same, but I guess considering what we know of Kitten, I guess we can imply that the first bad end, considering we had, like, nothing for affection, does that light up? Yeah, it does. This CG could just imply, like, oh, he's happy that he can eat Liao's soul. And this is just, like, a little thing, because I guess he likes Liao. It's, I guess, like, bittersweet, but not really, because ultimately Kitten is just like, heck yeah, feast for me. And then the second one is the one that's actually, like, bittersweet, because got that affection. Which immediately makes me go, wait, what I just said earlier, I forgot about the 0 affection, or, like, minuscule amount of affection. This is just him being like, hell yeah, feast for me. Okay, we got it. No more confusion. Like, I guess they separated it because the CG is different, but the dialogue was mostly the same from what I can remember. I guess the true ending would be Leopard Cat's third end. I don't know why that first guide said, I guess it marked it as true ending because you find out exactly what Kitten's whole deal is. But it's not really the true end? I mean, I guess you could say it is. That could be like the true end but bad. Leopard Cat's 3 ending is the true end but good. Even though I am upsetty spaghetti about Clouded Leopard's ending, I guess it makes sense because we don't find out the truth behind Kitten. We just get the vague, oh, I guess he went to go to his Fudegang and Senpai is with his family, but that's not even true because he's dead. So I guess true ending is just, not really, I guess. Is true ending ultimately a polyamorous ending? It just seems like it's only Kitten because he has the physical body, which still I'm upset about, because why would you reward him so fast? Like, make him do the things he needs to do, and then you could be like, okay, I can see that you changed. We can be in a romantic relationship. Like, just because he got the god powers in there, it's just like, oh, he's gonna not be eating people all the time. But that doesn't really guarantee anything, you know? Because there are gods that aren't great. It's like how there isn't Yaguais that all eat people. Aside for my complaints, why do I feel like I'm saying that weird? Aside from my complaints with Leopard Cat, I don't really have anything else to complain about. I don't mind tigers. Like, his personality kind of makes me flip-flop around with him. Maybe if he looked different, I'd lean more towards I don't like him. But, like, he looked like a snack, so... Final review of all three boys. Clouded Leopard, Main Squeeze, Tiger. I will accept a threesome. Do not want Leopard Cat at all. I'm sorry, but I don't want him. I will throw him away. Anybody else can have him. I mean, his, I wish there was a CG of Leopard Cat in his Yaogwai fit. But there isn't. Like, he actually looked badass. If I didn't know him as the crybaby, things would be different. Like, him as a Yaguai actually look really cool, but you know his personality, and he even admits he's more close to the way he acts as Senpai. Makes it not appealing after that. Anyway, we're going on to glossary stuff, so... I guess if you don't want to stick around for glossary stuff, I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll see all of you somewhere else, maybe. Bye-bye. Now we go on to the glossary. I don't know how the heck we're missing one word. Really hateful. But here we go. Emperor Wenchang. Wenchang Dijun. D or die? I'm sorry, I'm moving around and adjusting myself. You could probably hear that. Emperor Wenchang, also known as Wenchang Wang. Wang or Wong? I get confused. King Wenchang is a Taoist deity worshipped as a god of culture and literature. He has historically been called upon by scholars and writers who need inspiration or students who need help right before an exam. Traditionally speaking, Emperor Wenchang doesn't bless you for achieving literary success, but for attaining a high exam ranking. Therefore, you may still ask help from this god of literature for mastering a math exam. The Jade Emperor. Yu Huang Dai Di. Dai. In Chinese culture, the Jade Emperor is one of the representations of the first god and the god of the highest position in Taoist theology. He is also known as Tiangong, which literally means the Heavenly Lord. Instead of crafting statues, worshippers of the Jade Emperor build incensaries of heavenly lords. This is because people believe that crafting statues with the Jade Emperor's appearance is disrespectful to his supreme position. Princess Ba Lang is a famous heroine of Rukai legend. Her story has had many different incarnations, as the Rukai legends are only passed down through oral history. This is because the Rukai language doesn't have any written form. Ba Lang was the daughter of the leader of Daodale? Of the Daodale tribe. One day she was lost in the woods and met a young man and soon fell in love with him. When the couple returned to the Daodale tribe along with the young man's clansmen, what Ba Lang's family saw was their daughter alone with dozens of snakes. Ooh. It turned out that the young man was the monarch of said snake's kingdom. Wait, so she sees him as a young man, but everybody's like, yo, what? Why is she making out with that snake? Earth Spirit. Earth spirits protect houses. They are usually considered to live inside a corner of the kitchen. Because they're considered the ghosts of people who used to live in the nearby area, people don't typically craft statues for earth spirits. City Gods 12. A city god is not only the protector of the city, but also the judge of the underworld. To handle their routine affairs, a city god usually has multiple subordinates to help with the administration tasks. Based on the size of the city, the number of subordinates can be 3, 6, 12, or 24. Shanghai City God, Shanghai Qinghuang. Located on Dihua Street in Taipei, the Shanghai City God Temple is the most famous city god temple in Taipei. In the 19th century, immigrants from the Quanzhou Fujian brought the statue of the Shanghai City God to Taipei, who soon became the city god of Taipei. Even though the Shanghai City God Temple is only about 200 square meters in space, there are more than 600 statues enshrined there, making it the most crowded temple in Taiwan. Jesus! That's a lot of statues! Mountain God of Soil. Mountain gods and gods of soil both originate from the worship of nature. Nowadays, people in Taiwan treat both the mountain gods and the gods of soil as the same. Therefore, there are many temples that enshrine the mountain god of soil in the mountains. Fujing Township, Taoyuan. Taoyuan. Fujing Township is the only mountain area in Taoyuan City. The area has many fruit farms famous for their peaches and persimmons. In 2015, Fujing Township became the Fujing district of Taoyuan City. However, the story of Nekojishi takes place before then. Red quinoa. Red quinoa are Taiwan quinoa. What is up with me in being able to read? Jeez. Oh, whatever this is a type of quinoa that grows in Taiwan. It can be used as wine yeast or an ingredient for baking. Millet wine. Aboriginal Taiwanese people have unique wine culture of using millet to make wines. Taking the Rukai people as an example, they call millet wine bava, which means water that makes people not shy. Also, Rukai people don't drink alone and will share the wine with everyone on the table. Yay! Social drinking! Po divination. Zi Zhao. Or Zhiao. Squints. Po divination, throwing po, is a traditional Chinese divination method in which the divination seeker takes two little wooden pieces, po's or jiao bei in Mandarin, bamboo cups, and throws or drops them onto the floor. I think I've seen that in something, but I can't remember. The positions of the pieces dictate a divine answer on whether the future course of actions that the seeker is contemplating is recommended or not. The poes themselves are made out of wood or bamboo carved into a crescent shape. Each po is round on one side, the yin side, and flat on the other, the yang side. There are 4 possible answers that the divination can produce. Holy po, one po yin and the other yang, indicates yes. Angry po, both pos yin, indicates a no. It is said the gods are displeased by the question. Laughing po, if both pos are yang, it can have different interpretations since laughing means the gods are laughing at the question. This dumb idiot! Normally it means the answer to the question is too obvious and the querent should not bother gods with such an easy question, so they laugh at you. If one or both pos are dropped but stands on their sides, it indicates that the gods do not answer the querent's question. It's interesting. Memorial meeting in Chinese tradition. In a memorial meeting, the relatives of the deceased light incense as a way of mourning. However, non-relatives such as colleagues and friends cannot light incense. They may only pick up the ashes of the incense and sprinkle them as a final salute to the deceased. This tradition is considered to have originated from Buddhism and is commonly practiced in many Asian countries. I don't know why I thought that there'd be a lot to read for the glossary. Well, that's it. That's it for Nekojishi. We got it all in an hour, and it might be less depending how much I cut out. Which, yeah, it's either gonna be an hour or a little bit less than an hour. Definitely not more than an hour for surezies. Thanks for watching. Who's your favorite? I want to know. If you say kitten, I won't judge you. I promise. If you say clouded leopard, fan club. And if you say tiger, understandable. See y'all next time in something else. Bye-bye.